Hi there, my name is William Nguyen, and this is my Sprint Demo 4 video. Uh, this week, I just wanted to go ahead and start off here with an updated look at our board. This past week, turning in our board, we were really supposed to be working on, as you can see in the bottom right, specifically me with the HTML, and our board seemed to be lacking a little bit. We had a member who was in charge of it, asked for a little bit of help. Long story short, I took it over, got everybody assigned. I got the correct columns in there, including the backlog. We went ahead and I went ahead and added into just a couple things that we're going to do. We're going to try to clean up the GitHub some, and then most importantly, another group member has this all set up and running on a different GitHub. I let them know that we can swap it over. They said that that you have to let them do that, and I believe you informed me that it should all be good. So I let them know that, but either way, we're all going to kind of collaborate on that at some point, or maybe someone will take it over, but best to do. This past week, though, I had to work on HTML and ended up doing this as well and submitting the sprint planning. So just wanted to update on that. To start, I had two pages to work on, the volunteer and the events page. And we're using a Bootstrap 5 template for this. So the best way to kind of describe this and talk about it is, it's kind of like a template where we're going to input stuff. I kind of asked the team, saw what the team did. We actually had a member who submitted his pages. We kind of split up the pages for our site, and he submitted his pages pretty quickly. And so we decided to kind of all work on it the way that he did. So we started by just completely filling in everything template wise that works for our website, Feeding Columbus. So as you can see, we have our nav bar linking to all of our pages correctly. We also have these cards. So with the template that one of our team members picked, I kind of have these like little cards showing up on the screen. And I got those set up to where you might be able to see this card in particular talks about donating your food and donating stuff. So this is the volunteer page. It's like, okay, well, how can you volunteer? How can you help out? Well, one way you volunteer your food. You can donate your food. We say that in the card, and then we go on to list different things. So non-expired, fruits, veggies, canned goods, that kind of stuff listed all there. Just wanted to give an example of one of the cards. Another way that you can volunteer is your time. Feeding Columbus would love for people to volunteer their time. Any time that you can spare. Maybe it's a donation event, maybe it's more of a meal event, maybe it's coordinating support or just local outreach or something behind the scenes helping us. I mean, there's lots of different ways, but this is just kind of giving a look at the time card, which was one example of one of the cards working on that. Additionally, that was the rest of the volunteer page. But additionally, I had the events page. Now, the events page turned out to be a little bit tricky. Um, I did find a couple solutions for this, but this is something that my group has not figured out yet, thanks to the GitHub issues. I'll get into that in a second. But with the events page, what we really want to do here is we really want to have a calendar. I looked up, there's actually a JavaScript full calendar that you can use. There's actually a lot of interesting, easy to use resources available online to create this calendar. But I think our goal, if we can implement it, is to have a calendar. So when they click on the events page, there will be a big calendar set to the month, so it's November now, it would say November, it'd have the full calendar, and it would have on the calendar specific dates of donation events or meal events, that kind of thing, for people to figure out, oh, I want to donate some food. When can I go do this? Or, you know, people that are struggling and need some assistance and some support, they can figure out when can I go pick up some stuff. So I hid most of the stuff in this Bootstrap template that was given to me because it was kind of an accordion feature. Um, Once again, I found a couple different solutions, tried to talk to the team about it, but we can't really implement them yet. In the meantime, I did the accordion example just to kind of show. So we can see right here, I changed the first accordion. It's kind of like a rectangular box where it starts with one open, and then it's got two smaller rectangular boxes underneath it. And as you click it, it'll kind of open and unfold the box. So we kind of have it listed here with upcoming meal events. And I figured, if they wanted to do something like this, if the calendar proves too challenging, once we can actually test it through GitHub, then we could do the accordion and we could have them, each date kind of listed there as kind of a drop down menu of, okay, here's the upcoming dates, November 20th, November 30th, December, and they could click on the box and have it unfold. But, we'd have upcoming meal events, and then we'd have over here, the event name and date number one. So say, November 30th meal event. And then right here is where we would put the information about that event, where it is, what time it is, that kind of stuff. But I went ahead and did that since we weren't really ready for the calendar implementation yet. But there's that. We also got a little sidebar set up. So that way, next to the events and potentially underneath, it depends on how the calendar positions in here. Just a little spot kind of informing them to make sure to check out and reach out with any questions that they could have. We have blank links here. The Bootstrap template had social links. I'm thinking I might just get rid of those. I'm not sure if we should, just kind of link to a fake social source for the project, but we'll see. I did put in the fake email though, and but just kind of saying, hey, if any of these events sound interested, why don't you reach out and go from there. So but that was that. In the meantime, since we can't link to the GitHubs, this is what the volunteer one looks like when I try to run it because it's not syncing with Bootstrap and all of that. But you can see the information there that makes sense. Same with the events page, where we would place the name and dates, the information about it. But yeah, and to reiterate, we have a GitHub where all this is connected. We're still waiting on pull requests and stuff. I know we had a team member who may have had some personal things going on, so we'll see. But the goal is for the team member to transfer that over. I know you and I personally discussed setting that up with Render on my own. So if that doesn't look like it's going to happen timely these next few weeks, I will likely be doing that. But we shall see. But yeah, in the end, this past week, did some work with HTML and Bootstrap working on that, just like the ticket said. Additionally, I kind of restructured and set up the Kanban board to look good, make sure it works properly and has everything it needs based off the stuff that you had uploaded on the website. And yeah, now that I got a chance to take control of that. So, but anyways, yeah, thank you very much for your time. Have a great week.